Good morning, everybody. This is Tina with 85th House Vibrations. I hope you all are having a great Saturday. Let's get started. We've got the Five of Swords, we've got the Three of Wands reversed, we've got the Hierophant reversed. When I looked at this, the first thing I thought about was being our own true selves, being authentic to ourselves, being authentic to our own true nature, to our own thoughts, to our own ideas, to our own goals and dreams. What I see is the five is about having choices, and swords are about mental capacity and ability and communication and things like that. And it's about having choices. It's about conflict of the mind. As you can see, there's a guy here, he's standing here, he's holding his swords, and there are two people that are walking away and they've dropped their swords. And he's got this look on his face like, yeah, baby, I won. I won. I shot the BB gun. Well, when you fight for what you believe in, sometimes there's going to be conflict. And you may lose some friends, associates, partners along the way. They may walk away from you. Now, whether or not you won the battle is going to depend on what you think about your true self, about your own authenticity. It's what your perception is of the battle and how that battle went. That's going to determine whether or not you actually won that battle. Now, if you have fought the good fight and people have walked away, but you find yourself hurting more than you find yourself feeling the feeling of hurt more than the feeling of victory, well, then maybe you haven't won the battle. But in this case, what I see overall is that, like I said, this is going to be about some conflict. It's going to be about some choices that you have to make. It's going to be about uh, fighting for what you believe in. And with this Three of Wands reversed, if he were upright, I'm sorry, you could see that he was standing in, there's two wands on one side, one on the other. And he's looking out into what looks like the future. That's actually a C in front of him. Even though it's not blue, that's a C. But, he's reversed. So what this means is that, and wands are about actions and passions and desires and what we go all out for. In the upright position, this shows that you've paid your dues, and generally this can be around work or, your expression and things like that. And it shows that you've paid your dues. Well, in this case, you are still currently in a battle for what it is that you believe, for what it is that is true for you. And we can see this once again with the Five of Swords. So with this Three of Wands reversed, you are still in the process of paying your dues, even though people may be walking out of your life. You're fighting for what you believe in, but your ideas and your actions and things like that may actually be rejected. They may not be accepted by other people. You may not be getting the support that you feel like you need or that you want while you fight for these things, while you fight for your own individuality, while you fight for your own true beliefs and things like that. And with the Hierophant reversed, then, when the Hierophant is upright, this is Chiron. He's the Pope. He's this high religious political leader, guru. And as you can see, I hope you guys can see this because it's kind of blurry there. There are two people that are kneeling at his feet, and they look to be asking for his help, his advice. The Hierophant is generally about bringing um, tradition and routine to things that have already been set by society. Well, reversed, this is about bringing routine to something, even if it is unorthodox. This also talks about people who may not accept what you have to bring. The Hierophant, to me, is personal because I truly believe that um, it speaks about a big part of how I do my thing. I'm the first one in my family that I'm aware of to ever practice divination. My family supports me, thank God. But, not everybody believes in what I believe in. I actually saw a post on Facebook from one of my friends that said, she's not for everybody. She's a spiritually acquired taste. And I don't think that could have described me any better. I certainly went from being one way to being an entirely different way, and it seems like overnight. And these are things that people are not familiar with, that people are not very comfortable with, because this is not something that goes on every day. So with this Hierophant reversed, and this talks about bringing routine to what you do, being dedicated to it and committed to it, even if it's unorthodox. And people may not understand where you're coming from. They may not feel where you're coming from. They may not want to accept where you're coming from. And this is a rejection of your actions. This is a rejection of your desires, your passions, your goals. Guess what? So what? You got to do what you got to do. And the Hierophant is the fifth major arcana, and I forgot to mention that he was a major arcana. So this is something that you can't be changed. That can't be changed. If you are going through something in your life where you feel like you need to make big changes in your spiritual beliefs, your political beliefs, your religious beliefs, if you are feeling like your true self means that you need to go against society, your childhood upbringing, your partner's belief, then that can't be changed. And by this being the fifth major arcana, again, this talks about conflict. The fives also, though, talks about making changes. It talks about thinking outside of the box. It talks about being creative, a lot of times in an unorthodox way, in a way that's not conventional, in a way that's not considered, I'm throwing up the air quotes if you can't see me, normal. So what? Do you? You are the only person that is responsible for living your life. Nobody can live your life for you, and you can't live your life for anybody else. And if you lose a couple of people along the way, guess what? Once you become your true self, these two people will be replaced by 4, by 6, by 8, by 10. Maybe after a while, you won't even notice that they've gone. So the overall message for me is that you need to fight for what you believe in even if it's uncomfortable for other people, even if it causes you to lose some people along the way, even if your ideas are rejected, not supported, if people are trying to block your expression. Yeah, there's going to be a rough ride, because like I said, this is actually a sea in front of him, and it's not smooth sailing. I wish I could have you see that better. There's some ships out there on the water, and they're kind of topsy-turvy. But yeah, no, it's not going to be smooth sailing. But you've got to fight for what you believe in, because this guy's the guru. He's the knower of all things that we just discussed that the Hierophant stands for. So sure, you're going to have some battles. You're going to lose some friends. Your ideas are going to be rejected. You're going to have uh, um, there's going to be rough waters. But in the end, you become the guru. And that's the way I see it, everybody. And I hope you guys have a great Saturday. I want to say thanks for all that have been tuning in. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. I might be still small in the YouTube world, but it is far greater than I ever could have thought it would be. So thank you guys once again so much for tuning in. If you'd like a personal reading, you can contact me at tina@85thHouseVibrations.net. Have a great Saturday.